Hi, I'm Cat Navarro with IdeateTV, and I'm here with the Christian Comic Art Society, and I'm here with Ralph Ellis Miley. Hi, Ralph.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
Excellent.
So this is a unique kind of thing, a Christian comics, right?
Yes, it is.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how your comics are different than every other comic out there?
Well, like I said, we have alternative comics. You know, we celebrate diversity. And so since we do celebrate diversity, we're celebrating our faith, which is Christianity, our faith in Christ. And that's a special niche. Everybody has a special niche. You all have a special niche. You have those who are interested in manga, so interested in anime, some may be interested in steampunk. We just happen to be Christians who happen to be comic book geeks.
Can you show me a little bit of the comics here? I know that you worked on some of this stuff, right?
Okay, then. One of the comic books which we first started out is Proverbs and Parables, and we did that in about 1990. And what we did is that we asked different Christian artists to do a section of a Bible, either a proverb or a parable, and to provide an illustration for it. And we started out with about maybe 20 Christian artists, but then it got around. People started wondering, wow, I want to be a part of this. And so what we ended up with is over 70 artists contributing to this. And so the text is from either a proverb or a parable, but the artist was allowed to visually interpret this. The text is how they wanted to do. And we did this in about 1990. And from there it just started to grow. And one of the artists who contributed to this, it led to him getting the assignment for this book. Sergio Cariello, who contributed to this, David C. Cook saw his illustration and they asked him to do this. Nice. And so it really was a blessing to Sergio, because Sergio is just an excellent artist and he was a great pick to do the book. And so we have other artists and writers who they look at it and they look through this book and it almost serves as a reference to say, hey, they do this, whoops, they do this, and we might be able to use them. And so we network and talk, and we have artists connect with writers and colorists and inkers. And so it serves as almost a nexus for the community.
How would you illustrate a proverb? Can you?
Okay, then. All right, for example, shameless promotion. This is a story in which a friend of mine, Tim Jackson, suggested, why don't you do this particular proverb? And it says, my son, if sinners entice you, do not consent, and if they say, come with us. And we did the text, but we set it in an urban setting, so you'll see that it is mostly a gangland setting. And what we did was, we also did the same story in this book, but this time, this is an anthology of Christian artists and writers, and it's the same story, but it's now in color. And this is New Visions, and what this is an anthology of stories by Christian artists and writers, and they submit their stories and we put it within a text. And so you get a whole different genre of different stories, from urban to cartoony, from superhero to supernatural and stuff like that.
So Ralph, question for you.
Yes.
What would you say is the most action-filled book of the Bible that translates into your comics?
The most action-filled, it would have to be Samson when he goes at the Philistines with the jawbone. It doesn't get any better than that, beating up 5,000 Philistines with the jawbone. It just lends itself to that type of action. So the story of Samson, because he has supernatural strength, that translates very visually into the comic book medium.
Thank you so much, Ralph. This has been so enlightening and educational too. I'm very excited to be able to learn more about the Christian comics.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much for interviewing us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.